So it's only going to be a little brief kind of review or whatever. We all saw that, spoken about this one a lot, is my Milano Fragranze Prima. I eventually got my hands on after good, probably all in all, 4 months of waiting for it. And yes, I just thought I'd do a little brief. I don't think I did. Yeah, I think I might have mentioned it in a video or two, but just a little brief overview of it. Yes, we'll have a look at the presentation of it because it is quite beautiful. I mean, if you can see that blue is quite something, isn't it? It looks good. It's a hefty bottle. That is magnetic. Come on, it's magnetic. It sprays beautifully. It's a very well presented bottle. I don't often talk about the presentation because it doesn't really matter, but that is lovely, isn't it? And it's about £100. I think that's compared to some of what we get nowadays, I think that's pretty good. So you know me, this is not going to be me just reading you the notes, which you can all go read on Fragrantica or on their website or wherever. What's the actual point in that? So what is La Prima? Well, it's a fragrance dreamt up by Violaines Collars, and it's basically around a kind of scene long time ago into sort of going to the opera, and it's wanting to create that kind of all them beautiful smells and all of that around it. So what do I get from it? Well, it's on my wrist now, just with a quick sniff. It opens up to me like a really kind of sweet, beautiful citrus, and you get like a juicy orangey, a red orange I'd say, not like a blood orange, but like a red orange. And it's all kind of early on the beautiful, not overly sweet, not marshmallowy, but just a beautiful kind of river of orange blossom. Also the fruitiness I think comes from the Divana, which obviously is different on everyone, but on me it's, how would I describe it, like the same way orange blossom is a little bit kind of orangey in your head. I'd say Divana on me is a little bit apricotty peachy, like I don't know, this might even exist, like an osmanthus blossom, if you get what I mean, like the equivalent of that in it, like this really kind of warm, beautiful, fruity, peachy apricottiness. That's not osmanthus. It's not as sharp or kind of light or any, it's the same consistency as orange blossom is what I'm saying. That's completely waffling on. And then you do, as it develops, there's a little bit of lovely spice under it, or obviously it gets a bit woody and blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, et blah blah blah, blah blah, voilà.
And it's basically, the gist is, it's this very kind of warm, opulent sweetness. It is, you would imagine that scene of the opera, these big, beautiful, bold, very expensive perfumes of fruits and florals. And it also has this fir accord in it, which, do you know what? You can smell it, and it just adds that bit of, maybe it takes you back in time to the smell of real fur. Of course, nowadays we'd be wearing faux fur. That little bit of being surrounded by it all. And that also makes it, because the tiniest dabble of this kind of animalic quality makes it very sexy and very appealing, and the musks are very warm, and it dries down. It's not one of them that changes massively, but it does dry down still with them fruity, warm top notes, and you're kind of enveloped by much more of a warmth, whereas it's quite bright and effervescent to begin with. It just gets more depth and more warmth as it develops, and it is absolutely beautiful. And this is going to be brief. I keep waffling on, but it does create that atmosphere. You can see all these ladies in the 1930s or whatever with their kind of big fur coats, their long cigarettes, their very cool hairdos and tight dresses, and the men in their kind of tuxedo type things with like one of them fur fox scarves around their neck, looking all debonair and classy and posh. Nowadays again, faux fur. You could even bring it up to kind of a, I don't know, a modern thing where you've got, for me, in my eyes, you've got P. Diddy in his big fur coat, smelling of this, smelling very opulent and rich, a little bit of the tiny booziness, accompanying Aretha Franklin in a big faux fur jacket to the opera, and everyone around them again wearing these sweet, bold, very expensive, classy perfumes, classy clothes, drinking expensive cocktails. It's just love at first sniff, isn't it? And obviously waiting so long for this fragrance has kind of made me want it more and more and more, and actually getting the bottle was never a disappointment, so very happy with it. Of course, seems a bit pointless doing a little conclusion, but kind of video feels incomplete without one. It is basically, it's a fragrance for everyone, I think, and it will be a great going out one, a great kind of date night fragrance where you want to make an impression. Now, you know me, the gender thing is complete utter gibberish, and I do think this could be worn by both. Don't let that fruity kind of that beautiful fruity floralness put you off. Don't know why you wouldn't be able to wear this, and that kind of muskiness in the fur adds a bit of bite to it. It's just a brilliant fragrance, and for the price it costs, it's insane. It is. The quality's up there. You've seen the presentation and everything, which won't really matter, but every element of it, is worth it. I think it's brilliant. The others in the line, I mean, I've spoke about them before. Which one am I drawn to from the others? Probably Galleria, which, if you remember, when I first smelt them all in that thing on Smurfy Girl's channel, not Smurfy Girl's channel, that was the Mass Milano one, sorry, with the live zoom thing. Galleria, when I smelled them on paper, was actually probably my second least favourite, but getting them on skin, and that changed. And that's not always my cup of tea. Bit of coffee, bit of orris, strong lot of orris in it, leather, but somehow it just grows and opens up on skin like this one does a lot. Anyway, what am I waffling on about? Basically, I mean, I've been going on and on and on and on about this for months. I've been nagging Perfumeplayground, where I got it from. So yeah, it's from Perfumeplayground, which is the only place you could really get it in the UK quite easily, given all the new stupid nonsense laws that we've put ourselves in. Anyway, that's something else. So, am I glad I waited this long for it? Hell yes. Love it. And it's one of them where you think, oh, 100 mil. Well, you know, that's a bit too much when we've got so many. I actually think with this one, it's a good amount, because I'm going to wear this a lot. Even though it should be for special occasions, I just bloody love it. So anyway, that's enough waffle. Have you tried any of the Milano Fragranze ones? What's your favourite? What do you think of this one? Right then, thanks for bye.
Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, des blah blah blah, blah blah, voilà.